Some people have coffee. Stephen just walks outside and gets hit with the wind and rain to wake up.
When I pulled in the parking lot this morning, I got out of the car and it's a wind-driven rain, so I got out and the water just like went right in my face and it woke me up. Let's say that. I'll say it just was like a wake-up call. I was like, okay, cool, like let's do it. And yeah, here we are, tracking the rain and wind. You know, it's gonna be with us all day long. So if you want to stay dry, stay inside, of course. Right. Find indoor plans, activities. The good news is, of course, and many people have the day off from work and school, so you know, the commute this morning shouldn't be too bad in terms of the volume. But again, if you are heading out, give yourself some extra time. You know, we are looking at, of course, the rain with us and the strong winds. So here's our low pressure system. It's to the south of us, and this will continue to kind of, you know, bring in the moisture from the south, and it'll be, you know, varying in intensity throughout the day. So yes, you know, there may be some times where it's not raining quite as heavy, like right now, we're just kind of seeing some light to moderate rainfall, but over the course of the daytime hours into the afternoon, I expect the you know, intensity to kind of ramp up a bit with some embedded downpours and thunderstorms. Looking outside of New Bedford, we're looking quite stormy out there this morning with the rain and the wind, of course. The strongest wind gusts down at the coastline. Here's, of course, the hurricane barrier near the I-Way Bridge there in Providence. So just again, a wet look with the raindrops on the lens and a good reason to maybe stay inside for today. Temperatures on the chilly side, we're in the 50s across the board and won't be budging much in terms of the temperatures for today. Wind speeds out of the northeast, generally about 10, 15, even up to 20 miles per hour. This is the constant wind that's going on outside. When you factor in those higher gusts, we're looking at gusts as high as about 30 to even 35 miles per hour from Providence down towards Newport. The strongest wind gusts, though, as expected, right at the immediate shoreline, but also the islands. So Martha's Vineyard gusting to 46, Block Island, you're gusting to 43, and even Westerly 32. So again, those winds will continue to be strong. We have the high wind warning that's in effect for the islands for today until 2 p.m. Again, for just some of those higher gusts as high as about 55 miles per hour. And not looking at any kind of advisories or warnings for the mainland of Rhode Island in Bristol County. Let's break it down a little bit further. You know, we've had about an inch and a half of rainfall so far. We'll add on to that with an additional 1 to 3 inches of rain. Those strong winds continue as well. Some spotty power outages certainly possible through the morning hours into the afternoon. And then, of course, we're watching that next high tide cycle for early this afternoon for some coastal flooding potential. Already seeing also some reports of some flooding down in Narragansett as well, near the Narrow River. Hour-by-hour forecast, let's time things out going forward here. The rain moves onshore. Some embedded downpours from time to time, but we're with this all day long. So here's the afternoon, 2 p.m. You can see those yellows and oranges making their way onshore. That's those downpours I'm talking about, some thunder in there as well. And that could, of course, bring some locally heavier rainfall during the early to mid-afternoon hours. 5 p.m. still seeing that as well. Right into 8, 9 o'clock tonight, still seeing some of the heavy rainfall tracking through. This is a long duration storm that we're contending with here through today and even into tomorrow, as just that those waves of moisture just continue to be brought onshore here as our storm system slowly tracks to the south of us and eventually moves away. But it won't move away until later Tuesday, when we finally see some drier conditions take over during the mid-afternoon hours and into tomorrow night with some clearing skies by Tuesday at 8 p.m. But in the meantime, we're stuck with the rain and wind for today. You can see this wind gust forecast here. Strongest wind gusts at the shoreline. Again, the further north you go, the winds won't be nearly as strong, but again, still gusty no matter where you are for today into this afternoon and this evening. Winds will start to slowly diminish later tonight and into Tuesday especially. And notice Tuesday morning, this is about 10:30, 11, you know, still gusty, but not nearly as strong. And then by the afternoon, they really wind down and into tomorrow night. Rainfall from this point on going forward, this is additional rainfall on top of what we've already seen. Most cases, 1 to 2 inches, but again, you know, thinking about those downpours and thunderstorms, certainly wouldn't be surprised to see some locations get maybe another 2 to 3 inches of rain when all is said and done later Tuesday. So again, a rainy and windy time of it for today and into tomorrow. Here's that 7-day forecast for you. And we do dry things out late Tuesday, but look at Wednesday, not too bad. Low 60s, mainly sunny and dry. Much cooler for Thursday in the mid 50s. And then we're staying quiet Friday and Saturday into next weekend. Full 7-day forecast, you can find it on our website at WPRI.com.